Modern life. Between careers, kids, and health, it can be mayhem. That's why we're here. I'm Dr. Lisa Varghese-Kroll.
And I'm Dr. Lanre and We're physicians, moms, and longtime friends who break it all down for you. Wondering how to juggle all the balls and still stay sane? Looking for advice but don't want to be overwhelmed?
Curious about how to make the most out of life for your family but enjoy it at the same time? You're in the right place. Welcome to Health and Home with the Hippocratic hosts.
On this episode, our season 6 finale, we're giving you the lowdown on superfoods. What exactly makes a food super? How can you get more of those nutrient-packed foods into your day? And will we succeed in our chocolate petition? All this and more coming right up. Hey, Lise.
Hey, Lon. I cannot believe this is our season 6 finale.
Yes. It seems like just yesterday we were talking about the side effects of Ozempic and other weight loss drugs in our season premiere. And then there's one of my favorite episodes this season, How Friendships Can Make Us Live Longer.
Oh, yes. And we had such amazing interviews too this season on everything from teaching wellness to children to learning CPR so that anyone can save a life. So if you, dear listener, missed any of those episodes, please be sure to catch up. We've had so much fun and we've shared lots of resources that we hope are helpful to you, your family, and the community around you.
Absolutely. All right. So today we're talking about superfoods. We've got some fascinating research about superfoods, and we're going to break it down for you without breaking your brain or your wallet.
But first, let's address the cape-wearing elephant in the room. What exactly is a superfood?
Yeah, great question. Okay, I have to admit, and I think I'm not the only one, when I hear terms like superfoods or that one crazy trick that seem to promise to prevent or treat all illnesses, my skepticism radar goes on overdrive.
Oh, you're definitely not the only one. I mean, same here. Right? Okay, we do want to be clear that the term superfood is really just a marketing term that's developed to influence the sales of certain food. Food in general is a hot topic for influencers. So we want to be really careful to approach this whole area with critical thinking. We should really approach every area in life with critical thinking, but especially anything to do with health.
Yeah, for sure. But still, the term seems to be here to stay, right? And even more importantly, it is true that certain foods deserve a little extra attention. So in terms of the definition, there's actually no official nutritional criteria for superfoods.
Big surprise, right? It's not like there's a superhero academy where foods graduate with special powers.
Though, as a fan of the X-Men movies, I would totally watch a movie about a food superhero academy.
I would totally try to get in.
But what makes these foods super is that they're exceptionally nutrient dense while usually being low in calories. So a nice blend there.
Right. They're like the overachievers of the food world, like that mom that somehow manages to be PTA president, make Pinterest-worthy lunches, run a marathon, and do neurosurgery.
Yeah. Okay, so my reheated leftovers and my old lady knees are definitely feeling attacked right now. Thank you.
It's very, very triggering.
But speaking of amazing moms, let's talk about how these superfoods can help busy parents or really anyone stay healthy. All right, Lise, you want to break down the key benefits?
I'd be glad to. So these foods that we're talking about are particularly rich in 3 main categories of nutrients. So first up is antioxidants, which protect your cells from damage. Second, superfoods are super rich in minerals like iron, calcium, and potassium.
And third, superfoods tend to have high levels of vitamins. And super importantly, your body absorbs these vitamins better through food than through these multivitamin pills.
Right, or through vitamin infusions, which are really hot right now. The truth is, it's just food for the most part that's going to give you the most benefits.
For sure.
Superfoods may also be high in fiber and healthy fats. So if we put it all together, what does all of this mean for our health?
So each of those nutritional aspects are correlated with better heart health, a stronger immune system, lower risk of cancer, reduce inflammation, and lower cholesterol. So, all right, Lise, you know what time it is?
Time to petition for chocolate to be included in the list of superfoods?
No. I mean, yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Let's
good.
do that. Yeah. Without a doubt. But first, it's time for a superfood roundup.
Oh, all right.
And then the chocolate.
Exactly. First things first. Okay, friends. So we're going to run through 10 superfoods, what makes them so super, and easy ways to include them in your meals and maybe even get your kids to enjoy them.
Yep. And we'll link to some helpful resources from the Cleveland Clinic, Harvard Health, and others in our show notes at hippocratichost.com.
So here we go. First up are avocados. They are rich in potassium and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Avocado toast is super trendy right now, so why not tempt your socially conscious teens? Personally, I love smashing a ripe avocado on hot toast with a healthy sprinkle or a fat dumping of everything bagel seasoning and a boiled egg for protein.
Sounds delicious. So next up, berries. We're talking blueberries, strawberries, acai berries, raspberries. So they are full of antioxidants and nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease. And eating them is kind of an easy sell, right? I mean, almost
Totally.
every baby loves berries. I have lots of pictures of my kids when they were little with like blueberries smeared all over their faces.
or raspberry on every finger.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. So maybe they wear the berries more than they eat them, but they still love them, right? And they're easy to love all the way through senior citizenship. They're really easy to add to foods. They're great on granola, on yogurt, in muffins, or even for dessert. And when they're out of season, you can still buy them frozen and blend them into smoothies, or freeze that smoothie mix into ice cube trays and give them to your kids as popsicles.
I love that. Oh my gosh. And, speaking of smoothies, our next superfood is perfect in smoothies. Chia seeds. Now, these seeds may be tiny, but they pack a ton of power. They're high in fiber, protein, antioxidants, and they may help reduce blood sugar. 2 to 3 tablespoons a day is a good goal, and they're super easy to add not only to smoothies, but also to oatmeal, yogurt, eggs, and almost any kind of batter.
Yes. Okay, so my kids love pancakes, so we try to
Same.
make them, I mean, who doesn't, right? So we try to make them a little healthier by using whole wheat flour and adding chia seeds to the batter. So they're great in pancakes. They're also great in muffins. So, okay, next superfood, cruciferous vegetables. Stick with me here. As everyone's eyes just went blank. So their name comes from the shape of the leaves, and they include well-known vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. They're high in fiber, vitamins, and nutrients that can reduce the risk of cancer. So they're great steamed or stir-fried with seasoning. Broccoli and cauliflower especially are really easy to roast, right? And if you have an air fryer, there are some great recipes online for Brussels sprouts.
Oh my gosh, I think Brussels sprouts are so unfairly maligned.
I know, right? We hated them as kids, and now they're like so cool at every restaurant.
Oh my gosh, totally. I don't know why we didn't know to caramelize them in the 80s.
Right, exactly.
Like they are a game changer that way.
So good.
Now, it's not a surprise to see dark leafy greens on this list, like spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, and others. I mean, I think most people have an idea that they're rich in fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, and calcium. But what might be surprising is how much chopped spinach you can add to pasta sauce, muffin batter, or smoothies before kids even realize it. And they're also perfect in soups if you find the taste a little bit too intense. Otherwise, you can eat them raw in salads or sautéed in stir fries or curries.
So good. Yeah, spinach and kale are definitely a staple in our house with like a lot of the Nigerian stews that we make, and then just like blend it into things and
it's so
tell the
good.
kids as part of their fruit smoothie. All right, so next up is one of my favorites, garlic. So garlic supports your immune system, and it's high in antioxidants. I mean, I rarely cook without garlic.
Yeah, me either.
Right? Some variation of whole cloves, minced garlic paste, or garlic powder. That's almost always within reach when I cook. And you can add garlic to give flavor to pretty much any savory dish, like stir fries, soups, pasta, almost anything.
I totally agree. And similarly, ginger is another superfood that adds flavor and a lot of nutrients, especially vitamin C, magnesium, and potassium. And, this time of year is the perfect time to add ginger to your diet, especially a hot mug of ginger tea with honey and lemon. So good for an achy throat, for your immune system. It also helps regulate blood sugar. And it's really easy to add slices of raw ginger to sautés in soups or to blend it into smoothies. The flavor can be a bit strong, so you don't need to add too much. And listen, I'll confess something here. I might be Indian, but for most of my life, I was not a huge ginger fan.
That's sacrilege.
I hope we can still be friends. But honestly, it surprised me. In the last couple of years, I've started to notice the specific note that it adds to curries and stir fries. And now I really can't skip it in those recipes. It doesn't taste the same to me at all. So, if you're a tough nut to crack like me when it comes to the lovely ginger, let me just share with you, there is hope.
I am definitely a fan. But yeah, ginger tea, when you're sick, it's the best. Ginger, honey, and lemon. All right, so now on to legumes. So we're talking beans, red beans, black beans, kidney beans, garbanzo beans, and don't forget lentils and peas are in this group too. So legumes are awesome sources of protein, help you feel full, right? Help you repair your body cells. They're also high in iron, potassium, and folate. All right, so hot tip if you have little ones at home. Legumes are great foods for infants. You can boil them with a little water or use an Instapot. It makes it even easier, or even a slow cooker, and then add spices for flavor. So my favorites, of course, are garlic and ginger and curry. And you then just have this nice, soft, nutritious, and yummy meal. So I think, honestly, starting my kids early with these foods, especially like black beans and lentils, and those flavors made it easy to continue offering things like lentils even through the picky toddler years. Not perfect, but they had the palate for it already, which I think really helped.
Right. And it feels familiar to them, which is huge, right? Like using food as a memory sense. So I totally agree. And I don't know about you. I mean, one of my favorite simple lunches is brown rice with chickpeas and mango pickle. Oh, it's so good. And then throw in a fruit and oh my gosh, so good. Anyway, up next is salmon, another great source of protein and omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to reduce the risk of heart disease. In fact, the American Heart Association recommends eating 2 servings of fish each week. I make a salmon recipe that's probably one of my kids' top 3 favorite dinners of all time, which is almost embarrassing because it's so easy. You just make a marinade of equal parts soy sauce, maple syrup, and orange juice, pour it over the salmon, let it sit for half an hour, and then broil for 10 to 12 minutes and serve with rice and veggies. Totally addictive.
Oh, that sounds so good. I mean, salmon is like a magical food. You can almost marinate it with anything.
Seriously.
And it comes out so good.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever had bad salmon? Like now that you think about it?
No,
I can't remember a single time.
And it's so easy to make.
I know.
Oh my gosh. All right. So last but definitely not least, tomatoes. So they're high in vitamin C and lycopene, which is a powerful antioxidant. And I love that ripe tomatoes are also a little sweet, so they're easy to enjoy raw. You can add them to salads and sandwiches. But it's important to know that lycopene is actually best absorbed when tomatoes are heated in a fat like olive oil. So consider adding some diced tomatoes when you're making eggs or meat dishes or anything that has like oil in your pan.
Oh, it's such a good tip. We'll have to save that one.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So we whizzed through those 10 superfoods, and there's so many more that we can mention.
Yeah, like beets, green tea, pumpkin, whole grains, even turmeric is considered a superfood.
Oh, we'd love to stay and keep talking about superfoods, friends, but we're getting hungry.
Yeah. So head over to our show notes at hippocratichost.com for a selection of some of our favorite recipes that include some of these superfoods.
And you know what's amazing about all these superfoods? They're actually really traditional whole foods. We're not talking about, fancy supplements or expensive powders or things that were made in a factory somewhere.
Oh, gosh, exactly. And, no single food, not even a superfood, can provide all the nutrition that we need. So we do want to be, clear about that.
Of course, very, very important to remember. It's really about creating a healthy pattern of eating, and adding some of these superfoods to your diet wherever they fit is a great place to start.
Okay, let's go eat. Pass that salmon.
I'll meet you. So that's our show for today. What are your favorite ways of incorporating these superfoods into your diet? Hit us up on our social media channels to share. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, other major social media platforms, and subscribe and review us in Apple Podcasts, because reviewing helps other people like you find the show. And if you'd like to support us with a monthly donation, just go to our website at hippocratichost.com and click on the Become a Friend of the Show button. We'll be forever grateful. Thank you as always for listening and for all your support throughout this season and all our seasons. We will see you back here soon.
Thanks for listening to Health at Home with the Hippocratic hosts. Remember that all views expressed here are our own, not our employers, and all content is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as medical advice, nor the establishment of a doctor-patient relationship. Always consult your own physician or healthcare team for any medical issues.
If you enjoyed this episode, please rate us, subscribe, and tell a friend. And check out our website at www.hippocratichosts.com for show notes on this and all our episodes. Can't wait to chat with you next time.